Good evening. Welcome to Investigator News, and I'm your host, Ellie, and it's trivia night. Boy, my phone's going off. And good evening to Susan. Susan, I thought you were going to be Mary. You look like Mary for a second. But I guess, Susan brought the popcorn. And are you ready for popcorn and trivia? Yes. So it is trivia night. But I got some really, lot of news. I guess it was about an hour ago. Let me see. Senate debates dim social spending and tax bill before a marathon vote. Um, and Kamala Harris had to step in and make the final vote. So, wow. They got their way, and it's a spending tax bill. And get this, they're already ready to do another one um, for the budget. Because remember, the budget comes up in September, October, and usually they drag it out till Christmas and boo-hoo about it. So she did. With the Senate, it was a 50-50 split. So Kamala Harris jumped in and was the one vote. Um, it was like all 50 Democrats voted for it, um, and get this, Manchin even says he'll vote against fake GOP vote-around amendments. So I guess he's turned on us. So if you're in Manchin land and cinema, time for them to go. So we'll see what happens with it. I'm not very happy with it myself. So not only that, when we get over to Gaza, my phone has been going crazy today. I'm going to say at least 50 missiles that went off on my phone. And the IDF general to the Gazas that responsibility lies in the hands of Hamas. And he put a strict message out there, Major General Alyan, Alyan, I guess that's how you pronounce it, the head of the unit for the coordination of government activities. He said residents of Gaza Strip over the past 4 days, the Palestinian Islamic Jihad terrorist organization, insisted on carrying out terrorist attack against the state of Israel, completely disregarding the security and the implications it would have on the residents of Gaza Strip. And the IDF targeted those who posed a threat. We will not allow any harm to the security of the Israeli civilians. So the message comes after Israel launched Operation Breaking Dawn, which began yesterday. So senior Islamic Jihad commander Jabari and 15 other terrorists, basically they were the cause of this, they say. So what happened to my... There we go. I was like, what happened to my chat? It was gone for a sec. So hello to Mary and Miss Linda. Linda, you glad we're back? Well, I don't know why you don't go to the other channel when we're not around, but it's okay though. And hello to all the new people over there in Facebook. Facebook is just booming for the shows. Hello to Judith. Good to see you. I'm only let's see, who am I missing here? Linda from Illinois. And William. Unless William's just being quiet. So now also we have the defense minister to Gaza terror. He says, your time's up. Those who hold the Gazan people hostage will have to take responsibility for suffering. Israel is dead serious on this. The defense minister, Benny Gantz, he held a situation assessment Friday and got quite a few generals together and Israel security agency. Not only that, but the general of the Southern Command. They got together, and the situation in Israel, they say, is very tense. They came there with the IDF chief and the head of ISA, and it sounds like everybody was there. But they wanted to make sure they were making the right move since the fact that Israel is always getting death threats from Iran. Now, I have been waiting to see what Iran says, and so far they're quiet. I mean, I've been searching all over. Um, um, you've been looking all over the net for some news on Iran, and so far it's quiet. Um, but I think everything going on with the news today. I mean, uh, there was a massive explosion in London. But I wanted to get trivia going before I get into that. Um, let's see, make sure I'm not missing nothing here. Um, let's see. Well, the IDF commander in this last article said if Islamic Jihad holds its fire, this war will be behind us. So they're asking them to stop. But boy, my phone has been going off today. All right, so let me get this going for trivia. Are you guys ready for this tonight? So, uh, well, Larry, is you and Peggy and all of them? Are you guys all playing? Are you playing as one unit? Beth cheats like that. She gets Lolly and Ken to give her the answers. So, so we'll see. You guys will have to play as a unit. All right, so we're gonna get off on our trivia and see. I think I got you guys tonight. Okay, what would you be if you studied, if you saw arches, whirls, and loops? What would you be studying if you saw arches, whirls, and loops? So, hey, you'll take that one too. What you taking? Yeah, we're living in scary times. Susan, you're right. Let me throw your uh, right there. Everybody's on edge. You would not believe the emails I get right now of people asking, do with Israel and then things happening in London and um, other places in the world, and then Russia and then China. Um, and I tell them, right now, we're watching history in the making. We're probably some of the luckiest people. So, you can't find the Facebook. Facebook, it's under investigators. An architect, arches, whirls, and loops. Boy, you're going to be surprised. Anybody know? Come on, DB. I know DB's listening. Jump in here and tell everybody what it is. So, and if you are new and you want to play, just put your comments down below, and they'll pop up on the screen. And we'll be sure we get your name in there. And you could play as a group if you got the family around the TV want to play, or just you and the loved ones. You're stumped. Oh. So, all right. So let's find out what it is. You guys are going to be very surprised. What if you saw arches? And the answer is fingerprints. You'd be studying fingerprints. Oh, DB, I gotcha. Oh, the gotcha moment. So, I want to get onto this massive explosion. Um, uh, it said massive explosion heard before the London Tower engulfed in flames today. I heard that and I went, oh, wow. So witnesses reported a loud explosion that sounded like a bomb. They said it felt like an earthquake. And they were uh, in an 8-story building. But then they noticed an 8-story apartment caught fire. So this engulfed the London Tower block, and this happened late Thursday night. And witnesses heard they said it was an explosion, it was a bomb. Um, and the blaze, which occurred in Shoreditch of London's East End, was fought for over with 100 firefighters, 15 fire engines. And this happened, like I said, late Thursday night. And the witnesses said it sounded like a bomb went off, and they were just behind St. Matthew's Road. The London Fire Brigade said it called over 40 times about the fire, which confirmed it took place. Um, at least 3 ambulance and tactical response units showed up. Um, they said there are videos that have been shared on social medias which shows large plumes of black smoke. So they are now looking for who started this fire. So wow, big explosion in London. Fingerprints. Uh, all right, so uh, Mary, why didn't you jump in and give the answer? So, all right. So Beth's playing separate. I see how. So it's Larry and Susan and Peggy playing together. So, all right. So here we go. On to the next one. What does Volkswagen, the popular German car, mean in English? What does Volkswagen, the popular German car, mean in English? Does anybody know? All right. Mary, did you hear about that explosion? Now, get this. Not only that, but guess what? Today, oil tanks in Cuba went up in flames after lightning strikes triggered them. Did you guys know that those turbines are lightning attractors, like a lightning rod? And every time the massive amount of lightning goes through an area, it's taking them out. Um, so I guess it's like they're going to have to find something to stop them from attracting lightning. So this one here, um, this says the first container. This is a large oil storage tanks. They said the first container burned through the night, and the inferno spread to the second, which it exploded. And they said so it actually may have engulfed 3 or 4 of these oil storage tanks. And this was in Cuba this morning. So, wow, lots of fire, explosions, and earthquakes, or what sounds like earthquakes. And, even Dutch Sense was talking about. Um, um, Everybody's saying bugs. Yeah, that's what I thought they called them, or a bug or a beetle. Um, Herbie, that's the other one we all called it, was Herbie. Wasn't it Herbie, right? The Volkswagen? I don't know. I'm probably wrong. It's probably another name. Where's Karen? Oh, there's William. See, you finally got in here. Um, okay. Okay, I think I got everybody. All right, so let's see the answer to this. So, I mean, it almost sounds like lions and tigers and bears. Oh my, huh? With this stuff going on. And the answer is people's car. It's considered the people's car. So, good evening to William. William, where you been? You've been too quiet. All right, so, oh boy, and not only that, but you remember we had uh, either the Russians or the Ukrainians took out the nuclear plant. And so now they have a worry of the fallout that's happening. And um, so that's not the only power plant. Wait till you hear this. Europe's largest nuclear power plant is completely out of control. Here we go. So, the largest nuclear plant in Ukraine is completely out of control. It must be established to avoid a disaster. And they pled with Russia and Ukraine to allow experts to go check it out. And every principle of nuclear safety has been violated there, they said. And what is its state is dangerous, and it's getting worse every day. The plant, they say, is out of control. And Russian forces occupy the heavy contaminated site north of Kiev. And after the invasion, it handed the control back to Ukraine at the end of March. The supply chain of the equipment and spare parts have been interrupted, and IAEA needs to perform a very important inspection to ensure nuclear material is safeguarded. Now, I heard it's leaking, and everybody's just pointing fingers at each other. All right, so all right, we're going to get on to the next one for you guys. EIEIO. All right. What are you cutting if you are using pinking shears? What are you cutting if you're using pinking shears? Some of you women might know this one. Yeah, Dutch since has been back on, and the other night I was listening to him, and I think he got so excited he started pulling up oil wells and fracking sites, and I was that are next to the volcanoes. I was like, no, get back to California and the earthquakes. Um, so, um, so we have got a lot of issues. So, a South Korean president refusal to meet with Nancy Pelosi has caused a lot of backlash. Um, and he basically said he was going to go on vacation. He normally does it this time of year. Then he made up a bunch of other excuses. And of course, a lot of people knew that he just does not like Nancy Pelosi. This is what basically it came down to. Initially, the president office told reporters the meeting between Yoon and Pelosi was not arranged because of Yoon's schedule after he had talked about summer vacation. Then it was suddenly said that it was coordinating with Pelosi's office to arrange the meeting. But then it reversed and announced again and said there was no coordination between the two offices. So it wasn't exactly a snub. It's far cry from a welcome, but rumors has it that um, President Yoon did meet with her, and that briefly, and so um, they did exchange a few words, but for the most part, they didn't talk. So, what was the purpose of her over there? That's my big question. You guys are doing trivia. My question is, what was she doing over there? Nothing ever really got accomplished. Um, let's see. Boy, a lot of you guys got some of these right. Um, let's see. I think I got everybody on that. Oh, Judith, I didn't even. That's who I missed. Judith, hey, you got it right. Uh, so, all right. So let's find out the answer and we'll move on. So, answer is fabric, material, cloth. Um, I think that was it. Cotton backing was the other one. Um, so that's what pinking shears are. I knew you guys knew that one. That was kind of too easy for you guys. Um, all right. This is a weird, they called it weird antique. And what is this item? Uh, what is it? What's it used for? Does anybody remember? This is an antique. And I knew it because of what I had when I was younger, that the little girl across the street gave me. So, what is it? What is it? It's something. I can't really even give you a hint. You guys will get it. Well, I think I got this too. Yeah. Um, Melanie knows, yes. Larry's singing the tune. All right. All right. Didn't. Where are you at, Mary? All right. So I'm going to do a little bit of news here. I even got notes. Um, um, get this. They're gearing up to, like I mentioned, gearing up to have another massive weapons package. Um, and Biden's going to do it without approval of um, the Congress. It's supposed to be for another 40 mil. It seems like every few days he's wanting to send, no, 400 mil, I'm sorry. Um, Send a couple million. Then he wants to do 1 billion, and then he wants to send in military supplies. And then he said, along with that, then they need to start moving forward. That Congress needs to worry more about the budget coming up than he's going to go ahead and approve another massive Ukrainian uh, uh, aid again. And it's $400 million. So, wow. That is just, like I said, every few days. And they're still refusing to turn over not only Poland, but Ukraine and the United States of what the money's going for. And if they have changed um, their system in Larry, your supply, I don't know if you've been listening to the show, um, but when they're Ukrainian um, military, which is the Azov Battalion, is the one doing this. Has been dropping it off. They're letting civilian cars come and pick up the weapons. And they don't even know who they are. Nobody's checking any IDs. This is coming from um, uh, my reporters on the ground, and they're watching it. All right, so everybody sing it loud, because you guys know what this one is. I think everybody got this right. And the answer is a skate key. So yeah, um, who's got the pair of roller skates and who's got a brand new key? Where what, Mary? What the Azov battalion giving weapons out? They're doing it out of Ukraine. Or no, I'm sorry, they're doing it out of Poland. They've been doing that for a while. Um, I did a show, I think it was earlier this week, and even last week, that I exposed Ukrainians getting this. They're just pulling up, they said, in pickup trucks and big SUVs, cars, and they're just putting them in the back. Now, Poland is responsible for the transfer of the weapons. Um, so, and not only that, but that's when we found out that they were putting these military weapons on the black market. So, not only are they just putting them um, in vehicles, but they've also been selling them on the black market. So, I think everybody got that one except for Karen, because she's not here. And boy, I tell you what, I think Beth is going to uh, win over DB tonight. All right, spinach consumption rose over 33% in the USA in 1931. What is the main reason commentators and news media? I didn't. I know it's not there, but that's what I got on my list. Give for this, and they said it was a man. It was a man. Oh, now see, I'm making this all too easy for you guys tonight. Boy. Linda, you're on it tonight, and you say, "Well, I never win." So, uh, so yeah, was it the 1931 or was it the commentators and news media? So, let's see. So I know you guys got this one. The dog's gonna come bug me. She keeps peeking through the door. And the answer is Popeye the Sailor. Yeah, toot toot. Yes. All right. The City of Light. Well, this is going to be a hard one. This is almost a riddle. The City of Light did see me rise to the great height. I do soar by strength of iron, my feet never leaving the earthen floor. What am I? This is going to be a hard one. I don't know if you guys get this one. Okay, so the City of Light did see me rise to great heights. I do soar, my strength of iron, my feet never leaving the earthen floor. What am I? Ah, this was part of the trivia. They said this is a tricky trivia tonight. Hey, that's you're kind of close, William. So what is it? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and give the answer and then get on with the news. Anybody else get it? Want to take a stab at it? Myself, that does fit you, DB. It really does. Um, but you have to pick your feet up to walk, unless you're like the kids and shuffle them, or me and my slippers. Key to the closet. Uh, all right, so here we go. I think somebody got it. Out of all those answers, I think somebody did get it. And the answer is the Eiffel Tower. Uh, so Susan and Linda got that one. Beth, where are you at? They're catching up to you. They're all of them are catching up to you. All right. This is pretty sad. Let's see, where is this at? Lions at the Lahore Zoo. Um, is they're looking to auction off 12 lions and attempt to control their population, and private collectors will be allowed to bid on them. And currently, the zoo has 29 lions, but they're looking to decrease by auctioning off the ones between 2 and 5 years old, according to Deputy One Wu. And the lions and tigers were not getting properly access, and they weren't paying attention. With they say with everything going on, and they ended up with an overpopulation of them. And not only this will this free up space, they said, but it is to um, it it also the expenses of the meat that they eat. I'm trying to find out where this is at. Um, Pakistan. It's in Pakistan, folks. The zoo has had potential buyers, but they need to register with proper authorities to be able to allow to bid. They must show proof, they must have ID, and they must have proof of proper enclosures. So it sounds like Pakistan is doing the right thing in making sure that these are reputable people. Yeah, but that is a lot. And they said by next year they might have to do another dozen of them, um, of these lions. Where'd Sherry go? I don't know. I didn't even see her come in. So, all right. So on to the next question. So I really hope that these lions are going to be taken care of, because a lot of times people will get these um, tigers, and they don't put them in proper enclosures, and they get out, and then you end up having to tranquilize them, and then of course they end up right back in another zoo again. This weird antique item, what is it? I bet you my brother knows. I bet you he knows. And I can't really tell you why, because then it would give the answer away. Um, let's see how many get this one. So I'm glad that the zoo is, because when I heard it was overseas, I was like, oh no, some people are going to get a hold of them, just take them out and shoot them. That was my fear. But it sounds like they're really going to do background checks on these people. Um, Burger King, they're going to, their menu might look a little bit different. Now McDonald's has tried this and it failed, and it is um, um, plant meat, they're saying. And so it'll be like a veggie burger. And they said, and Burger King wants to go ahead and try it. Like I said, quite a few months ago, McDonald's tried it and it failed miserably. So, um, uh, so yeah, veggie burgers. I went to a Seventh Day Adventist school, and they, of course, they don't eat meat, and it was a private school, and they serve those, and I ate one, and it was okay. It kind of has to grow on you, but the second one I ate, I don't know what happened, but it just wasn't that good. And I've tried it. Where's Karen? I think she eats those plant meat stuff. So um, mine is still one skate key. I'm way behind you all. Oh boy. Um, yeah, yeah, the good old whiteout. The good old whiteout. Do we even use typewriters any longer? So I think you guys know what the answer is. Um, Forget the veggie burgers. Well, it says it says plants. It didn't say soy. So that was my concern. I was like, well, they're probably made out of soy, but they didn't say soy. They said plant. And you know that Bill Gates wants to buy one of those plants. I just don't think it's going to be a real big hit. It's never going to replace the burger, I think. Um, leave my Big Mac alone. Um, so, anyway, we'll find out what the answer is to this. Plant burgers. Um, and the answer is a typewriter eraser. The dog is whining at me. Um, all right. What letter in the alphabet is not found in the spelling of any of the United States? Hmm. So I say a Burger King needs to go and do what McDonald's did and just drop the whole plant burger. But there's a lot of vegetarians that might go for that. Boy, the dog's crazy out there. Um, okay. There are millions of cameras around the world made by state-run Chinese company. And guess who's the servers that they're mostly wanting to be connected to? It said that this was found out through the UK and MI6, and I'm not suggesting the Chinese company um, it was doing a wokeness, they said, but they were very shocked when they found out what they were hacking the most. And they said they would have thought it would have been, uh, these spying on the world, and they would go after high tech or um, Sony or any of the other ones, or not even that. But what about top secret laboratories or police buildings? But you would think that they would go after. And no, they have had what they've hacked the most is Twitter. Like, what are they going to do about Twitter? Oh my goodness. Uh, you're not eating chicken feet. Larry, did you guys hear about the chicken feet? Um, yeah, that's the new thing at KFC. Over, was it China, Mary? Uh, they want to do chicken feet. Yeah. Oh, I had a, um, I had a good laugh on it when I reported on that one. So, um, so what letter in the alphabet is not found in the spelling of any of the United States? So if you're new, this is what we do on Saturday, and jump on in and give a comment. No Googling, guys. The answer, well, boy, I got a letter missing there. There's a typo. Uh, where's that eraser that we had earlier? And, anyway, the letter Q. The answer, as were is the letter Q. Oh boy, Ellie and her typos. You should have seen the one I sent to Beth's daughter-in-law. So, okay, gazpacho is a cold soup made primary from what? I think I'm pronouncing it right. Gazpacho. I've never heard of it. I mean, that just sounds like I thought it was a minestrone soup or something, but it's a cold soup. Dim sum has duck feet. No, actually, Larry, this was a thing that they had this last week. The KFC announced that they would be, um, they want to use every part of the bird since, inflation and things are getting tight. And so they wanted to go ahead, and people love them over in China. I believe it was in China. And so KFC over there is going to start serving um, chicken feet. Chicken feet. So, gazpacho is a cold soup made from primary of what? Let's see if anybody got it. Um, let's see. Beth is behind. Beth and Pachos. Uh, Pacho. Is it Pacho or is it Paco? We'll just call it a chalupa, like I do Peggy's dog. Of I can't never remember um, peppuccino or something like that, so I just call it chalupa. I can never remember her dog's name. So, all right, and the answer, boy, we're having fun here tonight. Um, raw blends of veggies. The answer is tomatoes. Hey, I spelled answer right on that one. The answer is tomato. And it is a cold soup, is what Linda says. Pochino. Is that Pequeno? Oh, Pequeno is my sister's dog's name. See, I told you I can't never remember it. And so I just call it Chalupa. So she had another dog that was Peta Lamy Ray or something like that, and I just called it Peta, and for pain in the what. So G.A. Spacho, uh, G.A. Spacho. What's that? So China wants to spy on on uh, of all things. They got TikTok. Why would they want to do Twitter? Unless they want to try to listen in on their Twitter when they're not online or get into people's computers. But it didn't make no sense to me. Um, so okay, China, go after Twitter. Maybe they can get, maybe China can get Twitter to sell to Elon Musk a little cheaper with that. Hey, they're going to get all them bots. So that's what they're going to get. They're spying on bots. Should we tell them that bots aren't real? Um, let's see. And not only that, but um, right with it, they were saying a reminder with 5G and TikTok and smart products. All smart products either have a camera or listening device, even coffee pots. So if you got a smart coffee pot, China could be listening to you, and or they could be looking at you in your jammies. Um, that's what I'm starting to think, and my sister Beth got me, I think it's a smart pot. So now I go in and I flash, I throw my robe open and show 'em my jammies every morning. Uh, I figured if China's going to watch me, they might as well get a show. I'm thinking about doing a broom pole show for it. Um, I think that would be fun. Get the broom and do a little dance, look like a pole dance, and then flash them. My luck, it's only a listening device on there. They they don't want to come to my house. All right, onward. Um, Supply shortages um, could mean delays in power restoration after storms. Um, they're saying that um, with the solar panels and the wind generators, well, if it gets struck by lightning, but they are saying that if the power does go down, the power grid does go down, it could take days to weeks, maybe even a month before you get your power back because of the how the solar panels have to be installed. um wow, huh? So I'm going to go to the next question. um Oh, here we go. Weird antique item. What is it? Okay, Linda, come on, Linda. You tell me what this one is. I bet you know exactly what it is. And it even matches with her green on her news and trivia thing. S and H. I can't, wasn't that a vegetable or something? I'm not sure. If I flashed them, they would have a stroke. But me too. That's why I do it, Judith. I figure they're going to look and go, oh my God, put your clothes back on, woman. So, um, oh boy. Uh, yeah, that's why I was thinking about doing a pole dance with the broom. I think that would be more entertaining than, um, than the coffee pot. But knowing my coffee pot, I think it just listens to me. Um, so they are saying that with the storms that are coming through, they haven't the Florida's emergency management director is the one that came out about this, and he said with the hurricanes, they can't guarantee that it's not going to grab up the solar panels and the wind generators and send them to they said all the way to Virginia. They said that these storms are hellacious. And even if it spawns tornadoes out of it, they do not think that it's going to make it through it. So and not only that, but they said with the more severe storms, transformers now are in a critical condition. And they said this is all over the United States because the money that should have went for infrastructure actually never happened. They always portioned it out to other programs with the infrastructures. So they never really fixed a lot of the power poles, the power antennas, the great big ones too. And so they say with climate problems that there's a good possibility if the storms do take them out coming into the spring or the fall and also hurricane time that or even if they pop their breakers um, or I'm talking electric. So if they pop their breakers like they've done before, or lightning strikes around these poles, they say it's really gonna take a lot longer now. They said 33 public power communities across the states have concern over transformer shortages. And not only that, with hurricane season coming up, Florida says there is just no way they would be able to get the solars back up or even the antennas. So, um, let's see who's got. Uh, I thingamabob. Linda says. Linda says thingamabob, and I think. Uh, let's see. Mary says no clue. Um, I was thinking a generator too. I think a lot of people are that's I think a lot of people are going to have to get generators because at this point, um, they didn't think about that when they with the Green New Deal, and they didn't think about these whole solar panels and the wind turbines not being able to withstand the weather. Look at the one in Texas that froze. So there is no transformer standardization of the power grid. Um, no, no, there's not, William. You're right, but they're still going to have them up. And what they're saying right now is going into this fall, um, they're having serious issues. Like they said, California's are outdated, and they said a lot of the smaller states don't have the funding. Theirs are the same way. So I got to looking today when we went places, and ours look pretty good. I think we've been. But we've had some really good governors that have put a lot of infrastructure in. Ask Beth if she comes every time she comes out there working on the highway. They have been working on Highway 40 for about 50 years. They just keep finding another section of Highway 40. So, all right, let's find out the answer to this one. Linda's on it tonight, I tell you. I think that she might even win. Linda, and she says I never win. And Judas says the same thing, and Judas is doing good. Okay, weird antique item. What is this? Now, I know Beth knows because my mom had one. I seen it and I knew exactly what it was. I said, "Oh yeah, get the Coke bottle. Get the Coke bottle for mom." Isn't that right, Beth? I think we did some of it for mom too. I think she had. I can't really give too much on it, but yeah, I recognize this one right off. Hey, that would be pretty good as a sprayer for wine if it had the end on it, and you could just put the cork in the wine bottle and it sprays out. That would be kind of cool. Well, so um, let's see if anybody's got this. Uh, Mary, you need to sit next to Linda and cheat and look at her paper, get the answers. So it's for salads. Boy, no, yeah, that'd be good for wine on the salads. I still think it'd be a great wine idea. What do you think, Beth? You drink wine. I think, and Susan, Larry Susan. I think that would be perfect for an idea. Can you imagine the look on your visitor's face when it comes out as a spray? I'm gonna have to find one, see if it works, if I can get it to work. All right, so let's find out the answer for this one. Um, weird antique item. What is it? It is actually called a laundry water sprinkler. It was what you sprinkled your clothes with right before you ironed them. See, I knew because my mom ironed clothes and she had it. And, of course, if we stole the pop bottles to go and get the 5 and 10 cents for them, she'd be making us look under the sink for another bottle. So, um, wow. Uh, Linda, you're on it tonight. Um, Senate debates, social spending. They're going for another bill, and it's called social spending and tax bill. And they want to get this in before the end of the year. Um, and they want to get it in before the vote-orama happens. Well, vote-orama with the GOP to cut the taxes, and here Democrats is doing bill after bill after bill, and then millions of dollars over to Ukraine. And now get this, they're talking at least $500 billion to Taiwan before it gets more heated up. Now, if you guys are wondering what's going over there, the same thing, except for China has now ramped up their drills over by Japan now. So they're doing just as many drills over the top of Japan as they are Taiwan. Now, a lot of the places that they're getting really low and close to is the islands before Taiwan. They're just on the outside of China, but they're called Taiwanese islands. William, do you know, have you heard of those? I didn't until the other day when I was listening to, oh my goodness, it was someone that was doing, oh goodness, I can't, it was the mainstream media. I think it was ABC. It was in one of the morning shows, and they started showing it, and they were showing how it was the islands closer to China, and they were considered Taiwanese islands. So, all right, next question. We're getting close to the end here. All right, sorry, Charlie. Sorry, Charlie, the vintage commercial. Name of the product. Now, we know it's tuna, but who made it? Who made Charlie Tuna's tuna fish? You know, there was quite a few. There was the mermaid, and there was Charlie, and I believe there was one other. So, who is what is the company's name that made Charlie Tuna? So, so North Korea may be preparing for, they say, multiple nuclear tests. And the UN report said that the country was on track to conduct its first nuclear test since 2017. And South Korea and the US basically say now is not the time. They say they have been, they were on track since 2015, but in 2017 they were ready to go. And Northeastern Nuclear Testing Grounds, the UN report said North Korea had been expanding a uranium enrichment plant, and its main nuclear plant, they said, went beyond, and now it's they're starting to notice from drones that they are now going underground, and they said they are seeing that they have got tunnels, and this is another thing that South Korea has even observed. And they say North Korea's nuclear testing sites and their satellite images also capture vehicle tracks, construction material, and new building near a test site. But it does go underground, or it's undercover to where they can't see what they're doing. So basically North Korea now came out, and they said they stalled it on purpose till 2019, closer to the time that Trump would be gone. And he said if Trump would have made it in office, he probably wouldn't have went this far. But he said he doesn't care much for the missile program or nuclear talks. He believed that he's renewed nuclear to its fullest, and he said he might consider re-entering negotiation with U.S., but it will be only for a position of strength. So, so hear that. All right, let me see. This is fun. Well, you could be winning though. All right, let's see how many people got this. Let's see. Okay, let's find out the answer to this. I had it messed up. I started singing the Chicken of the Sea song. Ask any mermaid you happen to see. What's the best tuna? Chicken of the Sea. That's what I thought it was. And then I seen Starkiss and I went, boy, I'm in the wrong chicken tuna field. I'm in the wrong part of the ocean, I guess. You guys watch that where they catch the tunas? Those great big old tunas, the blue tunas. Boy, I'd love to go out and do that, but you can't get me on a boat. So, all right. William, what they're really doing is, I think they're hiding their nuclear capability and they're hiding the uranium. I know they have their own uranium over there, but they said it's really top secret, and they really honestly don't know what Kim Jong Un is up to. And if you guys know his sister, she's more fierce than he is, and that's a big concern of all of us, and even top generals, is she isn't very stable, and she is more than willing to take over for Kim Jong Un. And if so, I bet she would be doing a lot more of these test missiles, and testing them. Um, now, Russia and Turkey. Now, we've been hearing Turkey that's helping Ukraine get the cargo boats or the cargo ships out of Odessa port. And they've been able to get 3 of them now. Well, just yesterday, Russia is had a meeting with a Turkish counterpart for hour-long bilateral meeting involving the boost of political economic cooperation. They're also talking about trade economy and energy cooperation. And they said the two um, are talking about Turkey being able to get some natural gas through the pipeline project. And they said Europe should be grateful to Turkey for this uninterrupted supplies of gas that is coming from Russia that they're all getting. Now, when I read that, I thought, you know what? I think they just let the cat out of the bag that um, 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 Europe is still getting gas from Russia, because it went pretty quiet. I heard they were doing it and then it went kind of quiet. Uh, but they say that this is a great way to have a trusting relationship and achieve region and global stability. Um, so there, Putin and not only that, Erdogan met last week for a trilateral summit, and that was held in Tehran. And during that summit, Putin told him that Russia was opposed to any new offensive from Turkey against Kurdish groups in northern Syria. So that was one of the agreements, is Turkey would back off the Kurds. Um, so I think that's very nice of Putin to do that, because Turkey and the Kurds have had this long-term battle with each other. Um, so, all right. So, on to the last few questions. Okay. In the cartoon world, Wacky Races, what is the name of Dick Dastardly's sidekick dog? Dick Dastardly. You remember that from Wacky Races? That is a very old cartoon. Come on, Linda. Let's see you get it. Um, so, what is the sidekick dog's name? Does anybody remember? So, what did Linda say? I don't know, huh? I thought maybe, Julia Child. I figured she would have it made into some type of dish, or like a fake cake or something. But who knows? Um, let's see. Anybody else going to get this one? You don't recall ever watching it? It was I barely remember when I seen Wacky Races. I didn't remember it, and then I remember Dick Dastardly, but I couldn't remember. Um, is that the dog that like made that funny laugh? Like a sneezy whatever laugh. Am I thinking the same dog, or is that a different show? Um, I didn't know. I didn't know this one. So this was definitely a um, um, and the answer is Muttley. The answer is Muttley. So I'm not sure. I thought there may be one more, maybe not. No, that's all, folks. That is all, folks. And that is it for the news, too. He snickered. Yeah, that's the word for it. Um, but man, I really didn't remember it. I couldn't remember. Just Dick Dastardly. And I could picture him. I could picture the dog, but I thought it was Squidly or something. But then I remembered Squidly Diddly was the octopus. Uh, Boy, old cartoons, huh? Old cartoons bring back Schoolhouse Rock for some of these kids. I know my granddaughter likes them songs when it does the letters and the numbers. She really appreciates that one. So, but that is it for the night, folks. And I will be back on Monday night with Legends of Myths and Monsters. Um, and then, of course, back on Tuesday for the morning weather show and news. And if anything happens over in Israel, Ukraine, or China, or Taiwan, I will jump back on and do breaking news. Um, or if it's just easy enough to put up um, an article for you guys, it would be on Facebook. So with that, folks, subscribe and hit the share button. Definitely hit the like button, and over in Facebook, it's follow and like. And we welcome all the new viewers this week. I think there was like close to 30 of them that we gained this week. Uh, and hopefully they'll get used to it and see that we have a fun time on Saturday nights with um, trivia and news. So, yes, everyone fill the churches tomorrow. Definitely, because I think they're really starting to put the aim out on the churches with the atheists. Not only that, the Luciferians are rising. All right, folks, have a wonderful day, wonderful night. I mean, go out and watch a really good movie. I think I'm on to cartoon movies. I got the kids tonight, so who knows what I'm gonna end up watching. Hopefully, it's not the umpteenth time of My Little Ponies. Uh, Alice in Wonderland was great, but for a couple hundred times. But My Little Ponies, I'm still getting used to. So you guys have a wonderful evening. You know what? If your parents are still alive, give them a hug. Tell them you appreciate what they went through during their time when it got this rough and we had a recession, depression. All right. We will see you all Monday night for Legends of Myths and Monsters.
Know you've been a good friend, and that's in the thick and thin.